We got a Predator that is just stage 1, nothing fancy, and we have the old CR80 frame. Now, before we start today's video, I want to say someone did put a Predator 212 on a dirt bike frame.
So we're not the first.
But if you remember when we stripped this thing down to get the engine off of it, we did say we was going to do this to this bike, and we're finally getting around to it. So the goal is pull this engine off and then use a Tillotson on this bike if we can figure out how to fit it in there. Go. So I'm thinking we're going to have to cut the frame here. We need to watch out for the wheel travel because the wheel does come up this way.
So we're cutting this whole part off.
Yeah.
Build something to come down lower and across.
Yeah, more probably as square as. I don't want it to be square. I think it would look worse being square.
But it's probably going to be square.
Right, it's probably going to be square. And the engine just needs to bolt solid. It doesn't need to have any movement because the tire goes back and forth for chain tension. So that's a good thing. We don't have to worry about, we don't have to use an engine plate per se.
Get all the 2-cycle gas out.
Yeah, no, I'd elude the rings.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good for it.
By the way, with the Predator, we will not be running it as a trike. It will go back to a single back wheel.
So, Go Power Sports made me this this jack shaft tube a long time ago because we don't have a lathe, but we got a guy coming to show us a lathe today. Anyways, they turned this down, put some 5/8 bearings in it. So, what we can do is make our own jack shaft mount, and we're going to cut these 2 ears off completely off of this bar, so we can bend our own frame that comes up and attaches this somehow, some way. So, what this is going to allow us to do is get our chain in the perfect alignment. Then we can worry about our engine. We don't have to have the plate, you know, every time we move the engine up and down, the plate goes up. So we're going to get some type of frame built that this will fit in, and the engine. Then we'll mock this up, and we'll basically just build some ears that go up and hold this so we can slide this side to side. We'll put a chain on it to line everything, and then we'll weld everything down. Should be it. You want all these welding gloves, baby daddy?
No.
Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
I've been working out.
That's some good steel.
Hey! Alright, so the problem we're having on this dirt bike is the petcock is right in the way, like it's touching where the exhaust should be. If we put the head above this jack shaft. Now this jack shaft does need lowered about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch to get our alignment good with our sprocket. So yeah, we're going to drain this fuel and remove this petcock. Okay. Boom, got it. nowhere
That's
close.
bottom. That's bottom out.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I notched some tubing for this jack shaft to set on, and again, Go Power Sports turned this jack shaft down, put some 5/8 bearings in it for me, so that will set right on that notched tubing. Now all we have to do is get our sprocket aligned. Okay, so Daniel's been fully welding the frame. We got the jack shaft in place, so now we don't have the chain tension, so you're going to hear the chain flopping a little bit, but you can see we don't have any binding issues or nothing. So we can tighten up the chain in a minute. He's about to put that brace right there and brace the jack shaft down to the frame, just to keep anything from twisting. So the engine's just sitting on there. We got the engine plate tacked into place. So we basically, just to hold the engine where we need it, we've taken a couple pieces of 1-inch angle or 1-inch square tubing to hold our engine plate where we need it. So we have all that tacked in place. So now I can build some sheet metal sides that'll attach this engine plate to the frame on each side, so I can pull the engine off because all that is tacked into place. Daniel welded up everything while I was rebuilding this old GX 340. Video will be out on the channel real soon. This was a generator engine, and I was taking the tapered crankshaft off and putting a standard crankshaft. So I'm going to pull this engine off, make me a cardboard template for the sides. Then once that is welded on, we can put the gas tank back on. Can't use the petcock, the original petcock, because it did set really close to this exhaust. So we're going to have to block off that old petcock and put it on the opposite side. So I'll get this engine pulled off, and we'll get everything made for it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
do you
running
think?
great now.
So we pulled the air filter off and put just the pre-filter, Go Power Sports pre-filter over it, and it was making it run way too rich, so we had to put the filter back on for now. And later we're going to pull this air filter off, put a piece of foam over it and the pre-filter, and then rejet the carb to compensate for it. But what does it feel like?
It's got power. It's crazy that it's basically a stock engine too.
Yeah, it's
Still
not
governor.
much.
Yeah, I'd say it goes 45 with me. One thing we definitely need to still do though is heat shield this
The
muffler, and then probably a torque converter cover if it'll fit, because I hit my ankle on that a couple times.
Okay, so we'll make a steel torque converter cover that lets it breathe but still leaves it open. So he's going to rip it a little bit more and get the bird in the air and see what it looks like. So what's your opinion on the CR212R?
Feels almost like a dirt bike.
What would you change about it?
I can't wait to have a Mikuni on. There's a lag whenever you hit the throttle. Feels like a full second lag. It's probably like a quarter of a second, but you can definitely tell there's a lag when you first hit the throttle, and a little more power.
And I know wrapped exhaust. The exhaust is really close.
The exhaust gets hot on your leg.
It doesn't stick out much past the frame or nothing, but
you
feel
usually
the heat.
hug the tank with your knees, so that puts your leg pretty close to it.
So on the next couple videos, we're going to build this engine completely, port it, mill the head 70 thousandths, make it really perform. We're going to paint the frame up really nice and get all new plastics for it, because this thing's seen some better days. That's
What's
for sure.
nice about this though is, like, where my bike is, the mini bike is meaner, this thing, if it was just as mean, would handle so much better through woods.
Oh yeah.
Like, you could burn up some woods in this thing.
For my weight, of course this bike's never going to handle my weight. I know I'm fat, this is a small bike. I preloaded the shock all I could. What that hurts is your rebound. So that actually made it worse for Lonnie.
For jumping.
Yeah, for jumping, because it wants to kick the back end up. So I'm gonna unpreload this and put it back. We're going to test the preload and show you how to measure for that in the next
What,
video.
3 inches when you sit on it? It's
I
supposed
can't
to drop.
I think so.
It might drop like an inch right now because it's preloaded for you.
And we got to, you know, just we're going to paint it, make it nice, but yeah, super awesome bike though, for sure.
I love it. Well, I've been riding in the trail for how long do you think today? An hour probably, and I was still wanting to.
Oh yeah.
Like it was a blast.
I like it quite a bit.
I want to start doing lap times, like time myself, because that gives me something to beat.
Yeah. And
Makes it a little bit more fun.
So there'll be a lot more videos on this bike. We're going to get some a bunch of new plastics, little stuff dressed up, and the parts are on their way from Go Power Sports to make this. So again, this is a 212 Tillotson that we put a 196 head on it, so it has higher compression, and we put a Mod 2 cam in it. So it's nothing crazy.
But it's still governor.
Yeah, it's still governed.
And I took it on the road today, and I'd say it hit at least 40, probably felt like about 45 it hit. I'd say a kid who is already big enough to ride the 85 would have more fun with this Predator on it.
It's crazy how good it feels, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can ride wheelies, anything.
And just with the 2-stroke power band, the way it was.
It was a light switch.
Yeah. This is more controllable power because it's the same power all the way through.
So make sure to check out the links in the description where you can find every part we use, from the sprocket, the roller, the chain rollers, the chain guide, the Tillotson engine, the 196R head. Everything's located in the description below. Go check out those links. They do help us out. Thank you guys for watching. We love you.
We're out.